author Kiraku Kishima, known for his successful work The Ossan Newbie Adventurer, Trained to Death by the Most Powerful Party, Became Invincible, whose anime adaptation is currently airing, has announced his new project, Kasshoku Musume no Latina-san ni or no Karada ga Nerawarete iru. This new series promises to bring a fresh dose of romantic comedy to the school genre. The first volume is scheduled for release on August 23rd in Japan, and is expected to capture the attention of both Kishima fans and those looking for a romantic comedy with a quirky twist. It will be interesting to see how the relationship between Makoto and Latina develops, as well as to discover more about the history and origin of this mysterious girl who has brought a ray of sunshine into the protagonist's life. The manga Dumbbell Nan Kilo Motoru has been resumed in the most recent update of Shogakukan Publishers' Manga 1 digital service, after a 10-month suspension. The pause in serialization was because the creative duo decided to focus their efforts on another project, the manga issue Senkin, STR, Strike It Rich. A curious fact that has fascinated fans is that this work takes place in the same universe as King Ashura, another successful work by Yabako Sandrovich. This connection has generated theories and discussions in the community about possible cameos and crossovers between characters from both series, which adds an additional layer of interest for fans of the author's works. The official website for the Mahou Shoujo Madoka Magica franchise announced that the sequel film, Mahou Shoujo Madoka Magica, Walpurgis no Kaiten, will be delayed until the end of 2025 due to production issues. The film, which was originally announced in April 2021, was scheduled to be released this year in Japan, and is a sequel that fans have been waiting for since 2013. The manga series which watch will have an anime adaptation. Its premiere has been scheduled for April 2025. The studio in charge of the production of this project is Bibri Animation Studios, which has already worked on anime series such as Gotoubun no Hanayome and The 100 Girlfriends Who Really, Really Love You. In a recent live broadcast hosted by Shueisha, the celebrated publisher behind some of the most iconic manga series, Toyotaro was referred to as the current creator of the Dragon Ball Super manga. This statement has generated a wave of speculation and discussion among fans, as it could be an indication that Dragon Ball Super is not cancelled despite having been in a state of suspension since the tragic passing of Akira Toriyama in March 2024. The reference to Toyotaro as the current creator suggests two important possibilities for the future of the franchise. First, it seems to confirm that Toyotaro will continue to be in charge of the story and probably also the drawing of the manga, assuming the role he played under Toriyama's supervision. This continuation by Toyotaro could be the sign that many fans were waiting for, an indication that Dragon Ball Super has not come to a definitive end. Secondly, the fact that Shueisha acknowledges Toyotaro in this way could imply that the series has not been officially cancelled, and that its suspension is temporary, probably until the legal disputes that arose after Toriyama's death are resolved. However, fans are still in the dark, as neither the publisher nor the other people in charge have given official statements on the matter. The popular manga Jujutsu Kaisen, created by Gege Akutami, is nearing its conclusion after a successful serialization of more than 6 years. As officially revealed in a recent broadcast, the series will end in 5 more chapters, concluding with Chapter 271 next Monday, September 30th, 2024. This announcement marks the end of one of the most influential works of the last decade in the manga world. The popular action-adventure manga Hunter x Hunter, created by Yoshihiro Togashi, will return to Weekly Shonen Jump magazine after a nearly 2-year absence. As revealed in a recent live stream, the series will return in the upcoming October 7, 2024 issue of Weekly Shonen Jump magazine. This return marks Togashi's first publication since his last hiatus in December 2022. On the official site for the anime adaptation of Amagami-san Chi no En Musubi, a new promotional video for the project was revealed. The video confirms that the premiere is scheduled for October 1st in Japan, and shows a fragment of the opening theme song titled Hiwaku Koishite Zudobokura de Iraremasiu Ni performed by Mawaro Clover Z. As confirmed in previous announcements, this project will have a duration of 24 episodes that will be broadcast continuously. A girl who calls herself Ito can't sleep on the internet, and who describes herself as a musician, artist and writer, recently became a trend after sharing a video in which she appears dressed as Lane Iwakura, the iconic protagonist of Serial Experiments Lane. explained, while giving a class on website programming. In the video, Ito gives a tutorial on how to create a website from scratch, without the need for prior programming knowledge, explaining in detail each tool she uses. The video, while receiving a great deal of praise for its content and style, was not without a peculiar technical error. Ito forgot to apply a mirroring effect to the recording, so everything appears horizontally inverted. This detail has caused a mixture of confusion and humor among viewers, especially since Lane Iwakura's trademark locks appear on the wrong side. The iconic Neon Genesis Evangelion franchise has caught the attention of fans again recently, and this time it's not a new animated project or a re-release of its movies, but a surprising collaboration with the popular video game Goddess of Victory, Nick, which is set to kick off later this month. As part of the campaign, a special visual starring some of the franchise's most beloved characters Rei Ayanami, Asuka Langley, Misato Katsuragi, and Mari Makinami has been revealed. In the image, the four are presented in their characteristic costumes and designs that have left an indelible mark on popular culture. In the visual, Mari Makinami appears in a pose that noticeably highlights her butt, which has generated a lot of comments among fans, many of whom have pointed out that the character's appearance seems to have been adjusted to the aesthetics of the game Nick, known for emphasizing the curves of its female characters. Yu Tsurasaki, the author of the manga fantasy Bishujo Jiniku Ajisantu, has generated a great stir on social networks after sharing a strong message on her Twitter account, addressed to a part of her fans who criticize her work in an unsatisfactory way. The author expressed her frustration towards those who, instead of appreciating her work, use the comments to suggest how the story should have been developed. In her message, Tsurasaki wrote, "From time to time, in the comments on the manga, I see opinions like, I wish it had been like this, or this would have been better. Every time I see it, I feel like you should use that imagination to create something yourself. Don't waste it in the manga comment section. Go and draw yourself. Draw." In a significant breakthrough for the anime industry, an animation company in Aichi, Japan, has implemented artificial intelligence to improve production efficiency. Nagoya-based K&K Design has made it possible for processes that used to take a week, such as creating backgrounds, to be completed in just 5 minutes thanks to generative AI. This change has enabled the company to maintain the quality of its productions while improving working conditions for its team. According to Hiroshi Kawakami, CEO of K&K Design, the decision to integrate AI into its workflow was driven by the need to balance quality with improving the working environment. In a context where demand for anime, both domestically and internationally, continues to rise, speed and quality of production are crucial to remain competitive. In addition, labor shortages in the industry have been a key factor accelerating the adoption of this technology. Pete Docter, CEO of Pixar, and Hayao Miyazaki, co-founder of Studio Ghibli, star in a fascinating recent exchange about the creative process and animated film production, revealing deep philosophical differences between their respective studios' approaches. During a conversation hosted by Tokyo FM's popular Ghibli Sweaty radio show, Docter asked Miyazaki, "When do you make changes for yourself and when do you make changes for the audience?" Miyazaki's answer was blunt, "I never think about the audience." This dialogue offers a unique window into the mindset of two animation giants, each with a distinctive approach to the art of storytelling. Miyazaki, known for his insistence on artistic integrity and authenticity, advocates a vision in which the creator takes full responsibility for the final product. For him, the creative process cannot be delegated or influenced by outside opinion, as would be the audience testing that Pixar often uses. According to Miyazaki, it is impossible for all viewers to understand a film. We are the ones who take responsibility, so we can't leave it in the hands of someone who just happens to be there. Naver Webtoon, one of the world's largest webtoon platforms, has experienced a drastic decline in its key user base, leading to a negative reaction in the financial markets. In just 2 trading days, Naver Webtoon's market capitalization has dropped by 1.4 trillion won. This decline has generated a wave of selling by disappointed investors, reflecting growing concerns about the future of the platform. Q2 2024 figures revealed that the number of monthly active users, MAU, and the number of users making payments, MPU, have fallen considerably, both in South Korea and in other major markets. In particular, the South Korean market, which is critical to Naver Webtoon, showed a significant decrease of 6.6% in MAU and 7.3% in MPU compared to the same period last year. Although there was an increase in Japan, it was not enough to offset declines in other regions. The iconic weekly Shonen Jump magazine, home to some of the most influential titles in recent manga, such as My Hero Academia and Jujutsu Kaisen, faces a critical challenge in its near future: the departure of these two series from its pages. judges. Faced with this situation, the publisher Shueisha has launched an ambitious contest entitled Jump Next Generation Battle Manga Award, with the aim of discovering the next big star that can fill the void left by these successful franchises. The contest has a very specific focus: to find the next heroes of the magazine, both among professional and amateur authors. To do so, Shueisha has assembled a panel of renowned judges, composed of Tai Kubo, creator of Bleach; Kohei Horikoshi, creator of My Hero Academia; Yuki Tabata, creator of Black Clover; and Gij Akutami, creator of Jujutsu Kaisen. These 4 manga giants will be in charge of selecting the winners, who will receive not only cash prizes, but also the backing needed to turn their works into the next weekly Shonen Jump hits. The contest's grand prize consists of 1 million yen, along with other cash prizes ranging from 10,000 yen to 500,000 yen. In addition, first, second, and third place winners will be guaranteed publication of their works in the digital edition of Shonen Jump. First and second place winners will also see their manga published in the special Giga edition, and the first place winner will get a space in the print magazine. All those receiving honorable mentions or higher will receive editorial assistance from one of the 4 outstanding judges, which could be the impetus for future serialization. In a recent political move, Taro Yamada, a member of the House of Representatives in Japan, came to the defense of the adult content industry in Japan, which has been facing increasing pressure from interbank companies such as Visa and MasterCard. These companies have been withdrawing their banking services from adult content distribution sites, putting a significant portion of the industry's financial transactions at risk. The problem is serious, as Visa and MasterCard operate the vast majority of bank cards worldwide, and the loss of these services means a considerable reduction in the site's ability to conduct transactions, which in turn directly affects their revenues. Taro Yamada decided to take matters into his own hands and traveled to Visa's offices in San Francisco, USA, where he presented a detailed report on the situation, and the industry's response was swift. Sites such as GetYou, known for distributing adult content and other sensitive material, have started accepting Visa bank card payments again. In addition, it is rumored that DealSite, another major distributor, may follow suit and bring back Visa card payments. Taro Yamada, a member of the House of Representatives in Japan, shared a statement on his social networks informing about the recent approval of the draft of the new cybercrime treaty at the UN Ad Hoc Commission. According to Yamada, a significant breakthrough was achieved by maintaining the possibility of limiting regulations only to real people, thus preventing fictional content, such as anime, manga, and video game characters, from falling under the threat of censorship. However, Yamada warned that the battle is not yet over, as there are latent risks in the ratification phase and in the implementation of national laws in Japan. Yamada noted that, prior to the vote, he held a final round of negotiations at the UN headquarters in New York with the Vice Chair of the Ad Hoc Commission and the Director of the UNOD Treaty Office, John Brandolino. These final efforts were crucial to ensure that the treaty does not include excessive regulations on fictitious content, an issue that has generated great concern in the Japanese community and among free speech advocates. The treaty, which came at the behest of Russia and began discussions at the UN in late 2019, has been the subject of controversy due to potential implications for Japanese popular culture. China, in particular, has been a strong advocate of a stricter regulatory framework aiming to control the influence of Japanese anime, manga, and video game content in its own country. Yamada praised the efforts of Japan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Ministry of Justice for their key role in the negotiations, noting that these entities succeeded in keeping the defense of freedom of expression as a priority. The news has generated a strong reaction in the online community, with many expressing relief and gratitude to Yamada and the Japanese authorities for protecting one of the pillars of Japanese culture. If it wasn't for Yamada, anime and manga culture in Japan would have been destroyed by China. It's terrifying to think what could have happened, commented one user on a forum. That's all for today. Which of these news stories surprised you the most? Leave us your opinion in the comments, and if you have any news you'd like us to cover, let us know. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the little bell so YouTube will notify you when we upload new videos. Thanks for joining us, and remember, every week we have more of the best anime for you. See you in the next video. Bye.